Hi guys, it's me, Skylar Capri, and today we're talking about discontinued Bath & Body Works scents that I think would be perfect to bring back in the spring. I plan on doing one of these for each of the seasons as there's so many great discontinued scents that I'd like to see back. But welcome back if you're returning, and welcome if you are new here. This is a one-stop shop for everything Bath & Body Works, hauls, reviews, spoilers, project use-it-ups, you name it, it is on my channel. If that sounds interesting, make sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future content. And without further ado, let's get right on into the video. Okay guys, so starting with our first scent, and I pulled this one out of my mom's linen closet today. She always wore this when we were growing up, so this scent pulls back such good memories for me, and I enjoy it whenever she wears it now. I just think of summertime and springtime and being a kid, and that one is White Tea and Ginger. Now, this is not the original packaging of this one. This one was purchased in 2019 as a part of their retired fragrances sort of selection on their website. If you remember, a couple of years ago, Bath & Body Works had a retired fragrances section where you could buy products that have been retired and are no longer in the stores, but they were classics or really popular. So this is where we picked up this one. We haven't seen that retired fragrances section back on the website for 3, 4, 5 years now. It definitely has been a while, and this has not come back out in any of like the refresh lines that they typically do around winter semi-annual sale. But this one says our classic white tea and ginger fragrance balances delicate white tea leaves with sparkling citrus and a hint of ginger for a fresh and irresistible fragrance. This is creamy, it's fresh, it's citrusy, it has that nice bite and kick from the ginger. All around, such a great spring fragrance. Would love to see this one back. It has key notes of white tea leaves, sparkling yuzu, fresh bergamot, geranium petals, and a hint of ginger. So let's open this one up. I would say out of everything that I've smelled from Bath & Body Works, the closest scent to this, and I think it is currently on the website, is White Citrus. Now, this one and White Citrus are by no means the same scent, but that's probably the closest to this one. This one is so unique, and I feel like they really haven't done much with this one in terms of scents that are even remotely comparable. This is really a one of one there. And it is a creamy citrus balanced out with that bergamot note to make it more springtime and floral. The geranium petals add a nice sort of floral kind of like a summery fragrance. It almost smells like when you open your doors and you let like the spring air in for the first time, or like spring cleaning. That's very much the vibe I get with this one. But the ginger gives it a nice kick. It's a nice creamy citrusy balance with the floral, and then the ginger gives it sort of a punchy note, almost makes it like a spring perfumey fragrance. This is very complex. I would say this is one of Bath & Body Works' most complex fragrances. I feel like by the time you smell it on initial sniff, it's like one scent, and then it merges into the second and then the third. And on the dry down, it's just a wonderful blend of all of these. Can't recommend this enough. Would love to see this one back. So unfortunately, that white tea and ginger is the only one where I still have the bottle to like show you in person, but all of the packagings of these that I remember and the ones that I remember having, I'm going to use those images on the screen now. So we're going to go ahead and get started with one of my all-time favorites, such a classic fragrance. I don't know why this one doesn't come out every year, and that is Country Chic. I do know that they had recently re-released this, and by recently, I want to say in the last 5 years, this one has been re-released as part of a Throwbacks collection, but I just wasn't into Bath & Body Works until really early 2024, like enough beyond just the average consumer to know everything that was coming out. So I didn't pick up the re-release version of this one, but the packaging I am showing is from its release year, which was 2011. And this one has fragrance notes. Well, this is more of like their fragrance stories that they used to do. And it says an effortlessly sexy blend of sparkling lemon, bright wildflowers, and spring woods, inspired by the fresh air and natural beauty of America's countryside. This one was so nice. It had the perfect amount of citrus and floral, such a great spring, or honestly even early fall, like August scent. It smelled like being outside, and it was so lovely. I think a lot of people enjoyed this one. They enjoyed the scent. This packaging to me is like Bath & Body Works at its finest. It's nostalgic, it's classy, it's understated, it's not too bold. I really enjoyed this fragrance. Love the packaging. I would love to see this one back out again. Now, the next one that I have, I owned in the full-size fine fragrance mist. I own this one, Velvet Sugar, Pure Paradise, a lot of the good ones. And this one is Be Enchanted, which was released 2011. A lot of these are either 2010 or 2011 fragrances. I'm just realizing that now. But this one had such pretty packaging. I was like, are you kidding? It had like this cursive writing and sparkles, and it was like pink purple. It was so gorgeous. Absolutely love this one. This one has notes of a fresh sparkling blend of iced pomegranate and sugared petals inspired by all that glitters. You guys, this would be so much fun for springtime. I think it's almost like that deeper, more sexier springtime vibe. I love when pomegranate is used in scents. I think it adds such a wonderful berry, juicy depth that certain other berries like strawberries, at least the Bath & Body Works strawberries, besides really in Girlfriend, I don't get the depth from. Pomegranate is also in Dark Kiss and I think Forever Red. I know Forever Red, I think it's in Dark Kiss as well. And that's why those scents have such that beautiful depth in the berry fragrances. Really enjoy this, love the packaging, and think this would be such a hit if they were to bring this one back out in the springtime. Now, the next one that I have was released in 2016, and this is Sparkling Limoncello. Now, this one is one of my all-time favorites packaging-wise. I just love the yellow, love the lemons. I feel like I say this, I've said this in like the past couple of videos, that I love when Bath & Body Works does yellows, greens, blues, purples for packaging. It's just something different, and I feel like so many collections have a lot of pinks and reds and everything. So I love seeing a yellow or a green, like full packaging like this one. So this one was released in 2016 and it has notes of sparkling lemon, sugared mint, fresh verbena, orange blossom, and Italian cedarwood. This one was so lovely, such a lovely mix and such a lovely take on lemon. It was an elevated lemon. It wasn't like kitchen lemon, which I feel like is pretty two-dimensional or honestly even one-dimensional. This one was complex. That sugared mint gave it that nice amount of like sweetness to it. And then the orange blossom and the Italian cedarwood balanced out the lemon so it wasn't too artificial. This one was so good. I would love to see this back. Now, I do know that they have a lot of lemon candles. They have sugared lemon, they have kitchen lemon in the wallflower. They have a scent called Limoncello, which is not the same as this one. This one is so unique, and I don't think Bath & Body Works has brought out a lemon scent since this one. I know we've gotten lemonade variants. There's been watermelon lemonade. I think it was pink lemonade, pink sugar lemonade a couple years ago. I know they've done like Sunwash citrus and Sunshine and lemons, which are more like kind of lemony blends, but I don't feel like we've gotten one of these in like the signature collection. All of those lemon scents have been coming back as almost SAS releases, which is good from a price perspective, but I would love to see a more permanent, at least something like Perfect in Pink or Platinum where it's around for a little bit in a lemon fragrance in the springtime. Now, the next one I have is Secret Wonderland. I'm sure a lot of you guys are like, oh my gosh, I remember that one. This has got to be some of my favorite packaging of all time. I love this like enchanted forest vibe. And with Be Enchanted and Secret Wonderland, like an enchanted forest collection, I think would be just off the charts. But this one was released in 2010 and has fragrance notes of luscious strawberries, frosted jasmine petals, and white amber. This was florally. It had the sweetness from the strawberries. The amber gave it a nice vanilla-y kind of creaminess. That amber note really tied everything together. I think this would be such an elevated springtime scent. And it's very similar to the one I'm going to talk about next in terms of sort of those creamy florals with depth. This one was so lovely. The packaging on this was phenomenal. I know this one has been re-released a couple times. I've seen it in at least 2 different packagings. So they have brought this one back out before, but I just enjoy this one. I think it's so good and I would love to see this one back. Now, the next and final fragrance is going to be Black Raspberry Vanilla. Now, Black Raspberry Vanilla, we own this one in the lotion. The packaging that I am looking at right now is bringing back so many memories. This was, again, one of my mom's lotions. She would always use this one, and for a release year, I could not find the exact year this one was released. I was looking on a lot of like the perfume websites, and I feel like it's Fragrantica that does them, and it said that it was 2020, but that was the re-release version of this, and this is the original. So I'm gonna say, looking off the bottle style, this is gonna be another one of those 2010, 2011 releases, and this one had notes of fresh raspberries, vine-ripened blackberries, vanilla orchid, creamy sandalwood, and cashmere woods. These creamy amber vanilla berries were absolutely divine. They were sweet, they were juicy, they had a nice creaminess to make it a mature scent. They weren't too in your face, and they weren't enough to be those sort of summertime, really bright fragrances, but this is such a wonderful spring fragrance. It's starting to warm up outside. You're sort of coming out of the winter months, so you still have some of that depth and that woodsiness from the sandalwood and the woods note. You have the amber, which gives it warmth, and then the berries of the raspberries and the blackberries give it that berry note, with the orchid just adding a touch of floral. This was so good. I would just absolutely fall over if they brought this one back out. I know this one was re-released in 2020. It sort of had like a pink packaging, and I think it was more of like it looked like very generic. I'll put the packaging up here. I don't know how to describe that font style, but I don't want to say like chalkboard, but just like that certain font. I have it like burned into my head from seeing that one, from looking this one up. But you guys, this was so lovely. Would love to see this in the springtime, and I think so many people would be so excited about its return. That wraps up my discontinued scents from Bath & Body Works that I'd love to see back for spring. I have already been looking into ones for summer and for fall. There are so many good Bath & Body Works scents that I feel like we just need to see back. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.